I've been puzzling for a while over the function of this Torrington lubricator. Not so much its pumping action, but how you could tell how much was being delivered to the outlet pipes. After an enlightening conversation with Steve Teshwar, who mentioned something that Mike Foucault had told him one time, I came up with a solution. I'm going to activate what they call the flushing valves to begin with by hand. Then I'm going to activate the engine-driven arm as if the engine were running, and you can see them all. First, the center flushing valve. Try and keep my finger out of the way. Watch the wire in the middle of that center sight glass. You'll see the drop of oil go to the top. Right one. Left you're not going to see too well because of the button itself, but it works the same. Now I'll operate the engine arm. There went the right one. There went the center one. There went the left one. There goes the right one again. Here comes the center one. Now the left one again. When I tore them apart, I did tear them apart because the sight glasses were so dirty, I really couldn't see through them. When I did tear them apart, I dumped out what I thought was water, although I was certainly puzzled how water would ever get in there. And in my conversation with Steve, he said, you know, Mike Foucault told me one time that the later variation of mechanical lubricators had a fluid in their sight glasses that the oil would float up through and follow a wire to the top. He said, you must have dumped out that magic fluid. It certainly looked like water, but it hadn't froze. This engine came out of its service life in New York, where the winters are even colder here than we get in Pennsylvania. And those sight glasses had never froze, so I didn't think it was water. So then came the search for what it could have been. Steve thought maybe Mike had mentioned mercury. But as I pointed out, mercury's opaque. You wouldn't be able to see the oil pass up through mercury. So after posting some questions on the internet and searching it thoroughly, nobody was giving me any answers. So I did some investigating myself, and I came up with glycerin. And it turns out, although glycerin will turn to a solid at mid-50s, 54, 56 degrees Fahrenheit, and as we know, water freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. When you mix the two in a 50-50 solution, the solution won't freeze until -9 Fahrenheit. If you increase it to 60% glycerin, the freezing temp drops to -30. So I mixed up a 60-40 mix of glycerin and water, put it in there, and you see the results. I hope this helps someone in the future with a similar oiler. Steve says he's heard of others that use this type of glass other than Torrington. So some of you out there may run into this. Hope it helps you. The capacity of each of these sight glasses is like a little over 1 tablespoon of the glycerin water solution.